Joe Duffy for Winners and Whiners. I'm going to take a look, give you free picks of two marquee games this weekend. In-depth preview, and in fact, I think we're going to call it the official betting preview of Oklahoma and Tennessee. And I'm going to have a free pick, also a quick hitter of Vanderbilt and Texas. And most importantly, and I'm probably going to remind you before this video is out, but if you can give a like and then subscribe, but especially like this video, comment, who do you like in this game? Do you like the side, the total? Even some prop bets, as I know you can get prop bets in most of the major sports books in these games as well. And tell me in the comments section, what do you want? I got the greatest database and metrics in the world. Do you want more NBA, more college basketball, more NFL? Yes, you want all the above. I can give up sleep and give you picks in every single sport every single day. Please put in the comment section what you would want more of. Now, let's start it out with our in-depth preview of Oklahoma and Tennessee, arguably one of the great games to watch this weekend. The opening line sees the Vols -3.5, -110 with a total of 55. Look-ahead line saw Tennessee -1.5, 53.5. Best lines you can get, and I shopped around at Odds Logic. Should I do my singing of my mama told me? Well, all right, maybe next time. Tennessee -3, -108, or Oklahoma at +3, -110. The best totals are over 56.5, -110, or under 56.5 also. No, actually, at under you can get -105. All right, splits on the side, pretty pronounced here. 53% of the bets, but just 11% of the money is on the Oklahoma Sooners. Splits on the total, 57% of wagers, but only 21% of the handle is on the other. The way many people like to compare the handle versus the number of bets, they would say that implies the sharp money is on the Volunteers and also the over, but especially on the side. By the way, who do you like in this game? And we're going to preview another game in a moment. Put all your comments, please, in the comments section, and make sure you like it. So that's your way of saying, Joe Duffy, I want more of your free picks. I know your metrics, been following you since the Score Phone days. Why don't you give me some free picks in the NBA and college basketball as well? If you do, please click that like button and make sure you subscribe. The Tennessee is 4-4 against the spread, covering by an average of 1.4 points per game. Not much of an advantage there. Oklahoma, similar, 3-4-1, -0.3. Tennessee is over 6-2 this year, plus 16.9 points per game. They have the highest over ratio based on points per game in the country, the second highest. I say the second highest in the country. They're going over by an average of 16.9 points per game. Stay tuned. Oklahoma, just the opposite. They are actually one of the biggest under teams, thanks to Max Venable. Great defensive coach. They've gone under 7-1, -8.6. They've gone under by an average of. If you go against home favorites of less than 5 with a winning record, it's 10-20, 8-39, and 44. That would favor Oklahoma. On the other hand, we got a very big momentum angle, and there's a few versions of this. Go with home favorites off of the win in which they scored at least 51 points, and some other factors taken into consideration. 392, 258, and 23. But you know what? Years ago, had the straight angle, the master angle, so to speak. And then when there was conflicting information, I eliminated that subset. But in reality, this momentum angle has just been doing great. The master angle, basically, when you go with a home favorite off of a win in which they scored 52 points or more, without any subsets or any subsets eliminated, it's 606, 465, and 29. Of course, this would also favor the Tennessee Volunteers. Now, when you have a fairly big favorite not playing on the road, and it involves two ranked teams, it's 394. 287 and 18, fairly big favorite, means of 2.5 or more, which is the case here. And obviously that would favor the team from Rocky Top. Now, offenses that have greatly overachieved, and it's game 6 or later, have gone under, repeat, under 530, 407, and 17. Somewhat implied, it's not just based on how much they've gone over by, but essentially if the team total, if a team's average team total this year has been 20 points, and they're averaging 27 points, that means they go over by at least 7 points per game. Delta points scored is the term. So when you have a delta point scored of 7 or higher, based on exactly what I told you, that would be how we're defining overachieving, at least in this specific angle. So again, teams that have actually overachieved offensively go under. The college isn't as much about regression of the mean, but when it comes to totals, it really is. The Sooners have dropped 2 of their last 3 after starting out 5-0, and again, Max Venables. But the Vols could be without. We're going to keep a very close eye. Very important injury. Their cornerback, Colton Hood, a potential first-rounder, is questionable. Now, the big story for Oklahoma, of course, John Mateer, he was running away. Well, not really running away, but he was the favorite for the Heisman after about 5 games. Remember, deja vu, Spencer Rattler a few years back. He was the overwhelming favorite for the Heisman entering the year. But Mateer, then he got hurt. Then he had some hand surgery, and he has struggled since. So really, I'm not going to outsmart the room. Mateer's health and how is he going to play, to me, that is really the key to this game. But he has not been the same since hand surgery, for sure. Action Network has this as just a 1.3-point game. Because that crosses, it would. It depends on what you're getting the line as. 2.5, 3, whatever. But it does, in some cases, go off of a key number. So that would be a fairly big edge if you can get +3, at least just according to Action Network. That would be a fairly, not that big, but a medium range edge for Oklahoma. Sportsline has this 27-24, but again, that's pretty low. Goes under 64% of their simulations. But that momentum angle, and especially since it went to the straight angle, the straight angle, quite frankly, has been much hotter over the past 3 years. Home team momentum, and again, when you do have a favorite of 2 ranked teams in recent years, it's done very well. So Tennessee is my free pick. But folks, I'm not done. Got another quick hitter for you. Vanderbilt and Texas. Texas -2.5, 45.5. Again, shop around. At Odds Logic, Action Network has Texas -3.6. Yeah, and that's a game that, of course, would go across a key number if you still have -2.5. So the fact that it goes across 3, that's a decent edge, according to Action Network. Sportsline is Texas winning 28-21 and covering 62% of the simulation. So both 2 of our top public simulators do agree. Number 9 team as a dog to the number 20 team. A lot of people are like, wait a minute, hold on. The better team is the underdog. Remember how before gambling finally became legal in most states, and years ago you'd listen to ESPN radio or anything, but ESPN radio especially, I'd be in my car and they're like, this team upset the other team. No, they didn't upset them. They were the favorites. But listen to what the odds makers are telling you. When you do have a lower ranked favorite of at least 2 points, 61-28 for 68.5%. That, of course, would favor Texas. And when you have a favorite of anything, at least a favorite of 1 point or more, at least 11 spots lower in the rankings, it's pretty much even higher percentage-wise, although a smaller sample size, but that's at 12-4. So our free pick is going to be to go with Texas again. Our free picks, we're going to go with the T's. The UTs, I guess. UT special. Not a parlay. I don't like to bet parlays. But, if you're big in the betting $10 parlays to a true recreational better, yeah, we'll call it the UT parlay. The UT parlay, Tennessee and Texas. You want more information like this? I got it in every single sport. Please hit that like button. We're going to take a look at the likes, see if you really like my stuff, which you should. And I know you might say, well, I'm going to wait till it wins. But again, we're not going to win 100% of the time. We're going to win about 58% of the time or whatever. So you want great content like this, it's going to win a lot more than it loses. please give me a like and stay tuned. We have so many good handicappers on our channel. Make sure you subscribe. I think the subscribe button is right in the middle, I believe. And then the like button is a little bit to the right. But another great video is coming up.